What's up, YouTube? It's Vanilla Vapes. Just starting up a new channel here. Gonna get started, do some reviews, some things like that, go over some information on vaping. I know there's a million people out there that do this, but hey, what's another person to add to the list? Give you my honest review about something here. My current setup right now, I have a Sigelli 150. I do have a Gimlet Clouds from Smoke on here, running the 0.2 ohm coil that they run, the nickel plated one. This set up for like temperature control devices. I don't have one of those, not really into that yet, knowing a lot about it. It's kind of still early development. Still rocks the Sigelli though. I've got two Samsung 25Rs running it, and you know, just I have a 6535 mix in here right now from vapewild.com. They're awesome. I love their vape juice. So far I have a lot of luck with all my flavors, and very, very good flavors. Definitely recommend them. I'll go into some of the reviews later for those after I try them all out. I've only gotten a couple down with the tank here, and just gonna get started on. Got a double review here of what I think so far. I've had the Sigelli for a while now, a couple months, a month or two maybe, and phenomenal. I've vaped on the Ego, you know, pens. I've had Mech mods. I've had a couple different boxes that weren't necessarily box mod, but I've had some other box mods, regulated, unregulated, stuff like that. So I started out, my first one, I got a Nemesis, and then I got a 4.9. I've had I got an MVP. I've had one of those, the 2. I've had a Fusion box mod, which is unregulated box with 2 batteries, and I got the Sigelli now, and by far it's my favorite setup. And a little bit of detail on it, it does run 2 18650s. I prefer the 25Rs. They are a 20 amp battery, but they have a very good pulse rate, so you're not going to be dropping your watts when you're hitting on it, especially with the Yi chip in here running it. It's set up. I mean, it's good to go. I use the same batteries. You want to make sure when you're vaping on a box, the batteries you get with it are the same batteries that you keep together. They're paired, they charge together, they die together. They're pretty much, they want to be the same setup. You don't want to mix batteries with different charges and all that stuff. It's not recommended at all. Just health of the box and the batteries, it's best to keep them together. If you have to label them or whatever, do what you do. If you have 2 different sets of batteries you run that are different color or whatnot, just make sure you keep note of which ones are which. A lot of them have the little plastic sticky, or the paper sticky on them. You can like mark something on them to let them know that they're a pair. Put like 1 and 1 or 2 and 2, whatever. It's all up to whatever you want to do. Some people I know put permanent marker on there. I'm not a big fan of marking up the battery, the wrapper. Just I don't see a need to do that, but I know people that do that. And but I'm gonna go ahead and show you real quick. I'm running 70 watts right now, 0.2 ohm of 4.2 volts on the Gimlet here. Now this isn't max vapor production for the type of juice I got. I do have it wide open though, so it's as wide as it'll go here. Let me go ahead and vape this real quick for you. It's got a real good hit, real good flavor. Probably one of the best flavors I've had in a while. As far as a tank, I mean, most of the tanks I've had the Aspire, I've had the Kanger sub tank, I've had the Smoke VCT. Now I got the Gimlet here. I've done RDAs, I've done numerous of those. My Mutation X, I've had I can't even name the amount of different ones I've had here. And this one's right on with the RDAs. I do have a carbon fiber drip tip big bore on here just for the vapor. It gives me more flavor. It changes the flavor. I've noticed when switching to something that's not metal, like this one's plastic and carbon fiber, that it changes out the flavor a lot. It's not as harsh, so that might be something to look into if you're getting those throat hits. Maybe changing your PG VG mix, going like at 80 VG might help too, because some people have a slight agitation with PG or an allergy, and that's what gives you the throat hit. So maybe something different might be in your best interest, or maybe you're just vaping something too high for your throat to hit, whether it be nicotine or the wattage. Maybe you're doing something there. My juice hasn't steeped its full steep yet. I've only had them about a week, so there's still a little process to go here before they're fully ready. But regardless, it's still good stuff. The flavor is phenomenal. They're getting better. So a lot of these tanks now are using the cotton, the organic cotton or Japanese cotton even. I'm seeing a lot of that going on. I've used cotton bacon. I've used regular organic cotton balls. I've used Egyptian cotton. I've used silica wicking. And my favorite is probably like cotton bacon, which is organic cotton, just specific for vapors. And it's just, you just pull a piece and tuck it in your RDA. But these ones here, you got your pre-built coils. You just buy them, throw them in there, and they're ready to go. I like the ability to do the tank because you get the good flavor. A lot of people don't believe that the flavor is as good as the drip, but they've come so far away. I mean, the tanks now, you've got so many sub tanks out there. You got the Arctic, you have the Heracles. I mean, you've got Kangaroo's got them, Aspire's got them. You've got the Delta 2. I mean, you've got Anakin coming out with some tanks now. I mean, Smoke's got them. Anybody in the game is going sub ohm, and the lower the better. I mean, you got tanks that they have the optional 1.2 ohm or that 0.5. Now they're going 0.4. With the Smoke VCT was the first one to do that with their dual vertical coils called the X2. You're running a 0.4 ohm on that bad boy, and gives it a little bit more longer life than the single coils. A little bit more vapor production, of course, just because it's lower ohm, and you've got the 2 coils, so it's not as much stress because it's dispersing through. I usually run that thing at 30 watt for that. I mean, most of the tanks I run at 30 watt. The gimlet here won't even puff hardly at a 30 watt unless I'm ramping it up to like 60. I gotta hit it at least 50 before it'll even try to do anything, just because mainly the coils are just meant for that heat, for the temperature control. Now, one big thing I wanted to let you know, that the Sigali mod, at least for me, any regulated mods, the coils are 0.2 ohm, but sometimes it jumps up to that 0.3 because of the temperature control. So you're not actually getting a faulty device or a faulty coil or a tank. It's just the way that these coils are set up because they're nickel. So they're a little bit different than the Kanthal or what else people use. I use Kanthal when I rebuild, either that or I will use G-Plat. That's my favorite, G-Plat. I use 22 gauge or 20 gauge haywire, and the stuff rocks, but I usually keep it at like a 22 gauge, and the wire is just a little bit different for these. And now they will use these Smoke VCT coils. I've never tried one, but I've heard a lot of people saying that they can. But it's amazing stuff. Just the whole world of vaping has just expanded so much in the last couple of years. Been doing it for about 2 years now. Had a lot of different setups. I started with a Ego, just a regular like 800 milliamp battery with a Trophy V2 or a Trophy 2 or a Trophy on there tank. Working my way up from that up to getting an Ego Mega with a variable voltage and the variable wattage, and then I moved up. So I've been around with the different boxes and pen styles and mech mods. I know a little bit about it, so just figured I'd share some information with people that wanted to know, and I'll go into more details of stuff like that, but just kind of like an introduction video, a little bit of information for you. The Sigali, if you're looking for a box mod, definitely great buy. You can pick it up. I picked mine up on eBay for $115, free shipping. Love it. I wouldn't trade it. for the world. It's perfect for me. A 100 would do, a 70 watt would probably rock, but sometimes I vape this at an 80 or 90, so I just got that little bit of extra there for it just because I have it. But if you like to blow clouds, it's definitely where it's at now, is to get a box and get one of these sub-ohm tanks and just rock it out. I mean, it's really good stuff. You really can't go wrong with getting a box mod. I mean, I'm seeing a lot more people go to boxes. Now they got the temperature control coming out. Some of those boxes are running like $200 minimal, and then it goes up from there, and that's not cheap. Not a lot of people don't like to do expensive boxes. A lot of people can't afford that right out the gate. So I mean, getting one of these regulated boxes, you're gonna save. It's got temperature control. It's got a built-in, you know, it tests your ADDI for you. It checks all your voltages. If it can't fire right, if the temperature's not right, if your voltage ain't right, it's safe. It's not gonna blow up, mess up stuff in your box. I mean, it's gonna be safe for you. It's probably the best thing to do. You don't have to buy an ohm tester to test all your stuff. It's right there. If you fire it, I mean, it's got a lock on it. You press and hold the plus and the minus button together, and it locks it or unlocks it. 5-button power, 5-button press for power on and off. Really good battery life. I get, depending on how much I vape today alone, I've got it down to a 95%. I've been vaping on it pretty much all day. Pretty moderate use, I would say, though, because of work. But battery life sustainment for you is really good with the dual batteries in there, and I run it at a higher wattage, so it's gonna kill it faster because it's pulling more juice. It's just, you know, how it is. But mech mod, I'd probably get a day out of it. This thing, I'm getting multiple days out of it. So just changing it up, because everything's regulated. You know, it automatically switches your voltage it adjusts your voltage per wattage, so it knows. It's smart. It just knows that. But I'll be posting a couple more things. Gonna get a couple more days on this. I'll put a separate video up for the Sigelli. I'll put up a separate video for this. I got some other tanks and stuff I want to do reviews on and stuff like that to let you guys know. Even if I don't have the mod with me, I can still go over everything with you. More of a review. I might do unboxings when I get new products. I kind of just started this after I've gotten all the products, but I'll start doing those as I get stuff. And maybe if I get enough subs and get enough things out there, maybe I can do some giveaways, some contests, things like that. So definitely like and subscribe if you could for me. But this is the end of the first video. Look forward to vaping with you guys and building the vape community. And you guys have a good one. Vape on.